Hi! This video will help you prepare for YOSA auditions by giving you some tips on how to play one of our audition excerpts. Keep in mind that steady practice and ongoing work with your school orchestra or band director and a good private teacher are the best ways to improve your playing in the long run. Good luck! We look forward to hearing your audition.
Hello, I'm Mrs. George. I'm the conductor for Repertory Strings for YOSA, and I'm here to give you a little bit of pointers on your audition music for excerpt number 1 on violin. First, I'm going to start by playing through the whole excerpt with the metronome on at the tempo that is set, and then we'll hit some spots on things that you need to keep in mind whenever you're practicing. One, two, three, four. Okay, so there's several things that you need to keep in mind for this excerpt. And for all auditions, really be careful about your intonation and your rhythm. Those are the two biggest things that we're always listening for in auditions. And then the other things keeping in mind for this is articulation and dynamics. So in the first line, you see it's all forte. You're going to use full bows because each bow that you have are half note beats, whether it's 2 quarter notes that are slurred together or just a half note. So I would try to use my full bow. Just make sure that your bow stays straight and that you connect the bow changes with your first finger, making sure that you have the weight that you need for a forte. Try not to come out of the string where we have releases of sound. We want to try to sustain as much as possible. And so keeping that first finger weight in your bow is going to help you out a lot with that. So at the very beginning, just making sure that as you go to the tip, you still have that first finger weight in there. So make sure that sustains here. Okay? And then in the second line, we have some dotted quarter notes, but then also our bowings are a little bit different than what we might expect. You're changing on the and of 2 and then on the and of 4. My biggest suggestion for you would be to mark in those bowings because those aren't as usual as what we might have when we slur go like this. And that's not your bowing. You actually change on the and. 1 and 3 and 1. So I might write those bowings over over each of those notes. Also, it's piano. So because we just finished here as a forte, I'd say maybe just a little bit of bow here for this forte to set you up, and so you're kind of more at the middle to upper half, so you can get down for the piano. And then also for the rhythm, I would say try to isolate it. So you might want to do something like this. 1 and 3 and 1. And then put the notes together. 1 and 3 and 1. And get that really confident. And then add in the bowing. 1 and 3 and 1 for that rhythm. And going back to the dynamics in that second measure of the second line, we have a crescendo. So when we're doing this, here, we're going to use more bow, more weight. And so then you get forte for that. So make sure you're practicing that. And, you know, even recording yourself will be helpful because then you'll hear whether you're actually doing the dynamic that you think you're doing. So, tip, crescendo. Now the next part is your articulation. Slur. So for the short articulations that you have, it's important that you again use this first finger. This is probably your favorite finger. You know, we're not supposed to pick favorites, but I think first finger has a lot to do with articulation for your bowing. And so using a little bit of a weight in there for each one of those changes. It's important that you don't stop your bow in the string and go, because one, that shows tension. We hear the tension in that. You also have more tension. You're moving more of all of your forearm when we stop our bow in the string. But for this, when we do this, you see how my fingers are moving? And even a good exercise might be to go like this, long, short, short. And I put just a little bit of first finger weight, and then I release it after I've articulated. So that might be something for you to work on. And then the last part we have, the last line, we're going long and then short. Long, short, short again. So that's why that's important. Now notice that you have C natural to the C sharp. I might even do this where I jump hurdles and I go from C natural and then I jump to F sharp. C natural, F sharp. C natural, F sharp. C natural, F sharp. And so just practicing that slowly. And a little bit faster as you go. Okay? And actually that starts up bow. So practice it as an up bow. And so when you're doing this, now we have a dynamic coming up. Decrescendo, right? Piano. Short at the tip. This first finger will help articulate that. C sharp, short. Notice in the piano you're in the upper half for that section. So think about your bow distribution whenever you are playing this. Dynamics for this particular one, most of them are going to be in the upper half for piano and then lower half for forte or full bows for forte. So I hope that helped you out and good luck on your audition.